The angels are about to get involved in this. So, man, Knight of Swords, somebody here was rushed to like the mental hospital or something. This individual went crazy, spying on you 24/7. They went so crazy that they were rushed to the mental hospital, and now they're stuck there in this mental hospital in a straitjacket or something, and they're like rocking back and forth. The town, the village, the community had a big meeting, and they were like, okay, keep this all quiet. Like, don't tell the collective nothing. Like, being all dramatic. You see, that's why the ambulance had to come and whisk them away, because they wouldn't stop screaming at the top of their lungs. The people that they live with were like trying to pin them down, trying to hold them back. And this individual was screaming confirmation, I'm gonna get an iMessage. This individual was like screaming and throwing things and spazzing out, like they wouldn't just sit still, like just sit down somewhere. And these Coven leaders, they're next on the list. All right, beautiful people, welcome back to Starseed.Ziyadd 369, here to do a general reading for the collective. We're going to see what message Spirit has for you at this time. Do make yourself comfortable, and with all that out of the way, we're going to get started. What message do we have for my beautiful collective? Spirit, the moon. So we have the moon at the bottom. We're starting off with a major arcana, and here we have the Page of Pentacles. So the moon and the Page of Pentacles. Tell us about this, Spirit. What is the deal with the moon and the Page of Pentacles? The Temperance and the Judgment. Whoops, here comes divine intervention. We have the Temperance and the Judgment, so some type of divine intervention is about to take place. The angels are about to get involved in this. So let's see. What are they getting involved in, Spirit? What's going on? The Fool and the Eight of Cups. Somebody here is being forced to walk away from you for good and to give it up. It's a wrap, call it a day. And they have to just accept defeat at this point. Clarify, Spirit. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting here. Hangman. Somebody was rushed. Hangman, Knight of Swords. Somebody here was rushed to like the mental hospital or something. Here we go again with this energy. Somebody was taken to the mental hospital, to the rehab, the insane asylum, it could be a variety of places, but they were rushed, like they were whisked away. This Hangman here tells me that this is literally somebody that was watching you 24/7. Like, this is what they were doing. This is what they were up to, watching you, spying in on you 24/7. Like, give me a break. Give me a break. Like, you see, the angels tried to warn this individual time and time and again to stop watching you, to move on with their life and to get on with it. But you see, energies didn't want to get. Energies thought they knew better than the Most High. Confirmation. Energies thought they knew better than the Most High, than Jehovah. They still don't learn. They don't learn, y'all. They don't learn. And so here we go. Judgment was called on that ASS, sweet judgment. You see, here's the read, here's the message. This individual went crazy, spying on you 24/7. They went so crazy that they were rushed to the mental hospital, and now they're stuck there. Now they're stuck there. And it's like, like, what was even the motivation Like, why were they washing the collective? Like, it's so creepy. It's just so gross. Like, these people are gross and nasty. Like they don't have anything else to do. You understand what I'm trying to say here? Like, it's just so gross and like, ew, like, what's wrong with this person? You see, it was only a matter of time before they ended up in the mental hospital with the way they were acting, the way they were doing things like this. Like, it was only a matter of time before they were going to have, like, a psychotic episode. Because that's what I get. This individual had, like, a psychotic episode. They started throwing everything in their home and whatnot, screaming. They couldn't stop screaming. You see, that's why the ambulance had to come and whisk them away, because they wouldn't stop screaming at the top of their lungs, excuse me. You know, it could even be like the people that they live with were like trying to pin them down, trying to hold them back. And this individual was screaming confirmation, you know, I'm going to get an iMessage. This individual was like screaming and throwing things and spazzing out, like they wouldn't just sit still, like just sit down somewhere and relax, take a breather. But this energy, they went crazy because they were studying you, they were watching you. Page of Pentacles and the Moon. They've been watching you for years. That's what I'm getting here, that they have been surveillancing you for years, all of this time, every minute, every hour of the day, just watching you. Maybe they could have hacked into your email or your phone, or I don't know. But they were watching, they were spying, and like, they made it their whole life. They made it their whole life to like watch you, spy in on you, observe you. Like, what the hell is that? But it's over. You see, the angels warned them. I feel like this Judgment and the Temperance, the angels literally warned this individual to like get on with it, like move on. Confirmation, but these people ain't listen. But there's one person in particular who did not want to sit down. This individual did not want to sit down somewhere. Confirmation, my throat chakra. I feel like this is a woman for most of you, but for some of you, this is a man. If this is a woman, she could have black hair, or she could have dyed her hair black. But if this is a man, he could have light brown hair or blonde hair. But this individual, they were whisked away. And the Three of Pentacles would be next, the Four of Wands. The town, the village, the community had a big meeting, and they were like, okay, you know, we, you know, keep this all quiet. Like, don't, you know, don't tell the collective nothing. Like, shh, you know, like being all dramatic, because they don't want you guys to be happy. They don't want you guys to have a reason to smile. But it's like, whoops, whoopsie-doo. Oh, well, you know, sucks to be them. Sucks to be them. Y'all can smile. Y'all can be as happy as you want to be. Because karma, yes, karma's doing its thing. Karma's coming for everyone and anyone that was out here doing this foolishness, this recklessness against y'all. Because whoever you are, you're chosen. You're anointed. You're some type of divine feminine, divine masculine energy. Yeah. And so it's like, they knew. They knew. Like, this karmic, you see, this weirdo, this creep, this isn't even a karmic. Because some karmics are actually good for us. They come into our life to teach us a lesson, to evolve us to the next level. But like, these people that do black magic and foo-foo and whatnot, they're just creeps. They're weirdos. They're, you know, they ain't getting with the program this lifetime. I'll tell you that much. They ain't going to get it this lifetime. They won't get it for the next few lifetimes. They're going to keep doing this cycle and descend lower and lower into, you know, the 9 circles of hell and whatnot. But this individual, like, your energy, you see, and I swear, these people are so stupid. Like, these, you just can't help but laugh. Because they're so stupid. Like, they're so dumb. it's like they really think they can go up against a chosen one, against somebody that is anointed by Jehovah, anointed by the Most High, has the spiritual backing of their ancestors, their spirit team. Like, they really thought they were going to go up against that. You see, Spirit allowed this individual to spy in and watch you because Spirit knew that in the end, your energy was going to drive this person insane. Spirit was like, oh, I will give you what you want. You want to watch my chosen one 24/7. Then that is what you will get. I'm going to make it so that your eyes are constantly glued onto the screen when it comes to this individual, when it comes to this chosen one. And you're going to get the outcome. You're going to get the penance of this in the long run. This individual just, they you know, that's like talking to a wall. It can be Jesus speaking to them, and it's going to fly over their head. You know, it could be the Buddha. It could be Shiva. You know, it could be Poseidon or you know, an alien. Like, you shouldn't do this. It's just going to go over their head. They don't care. It's like a robot at this point. They have like a computer chip. Okay, I'm being sarcastic here. But at this point, they have to have like a computer module, Mark of the Beast-ish, that is like controlling them, you know, like some type of dark entity in hell is like controlling them or something. Because at this point, anybody can tell them, look, you need to stop watching this person. Stop surveillancing this individual. This is not going to end well for you. This is illegal, number one. But this isn't going to end well for you in the long run. Like, people in this group could see that this individual was watching you 24/7. Like, they were not even sleeping some nights. Like, they were so invested in like watching you or trying to like see your email, hack into your email, or like hack into your photos. Like, they were just invested, like complete creeper. And, well, lack of sleep, lack of water, you know, like we don't think it's like a big thing, but as the months pass, the years pass, this actually starts to take a toll on the human mind, the body, and the spirit. And so this individual snapped and had a psychotic episode. And now they are in this mental hospital in a straitjacket or something, and they're like rocking back and forth. You know, their eyes are like, you know, spaced out, and they're like hyperventilating and whatnot. And I think, you know, they're going to give this individual some type of medication or administer some type of shot so that this individual can calm down. Because they can calm down. They can. They're going crazy. They went crazy from watching you 24/7. But now they're in the mental hospital going crazy because they can't watch you. It's a lost cause. It's sad, you know, honestly. It's sad when you think about it. It's just sad. Like, they wasted their life. So why were they watching the collective 24/7? That's what I want to know. You know, like, why? What was this surveillance? 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. This individual wanted to project an energy onto you that they were going to be your handler. Okay, a handler, right? For those of you that don't know or you're not aware of this term, a handler is typically somebody, confirmation, there goes my notification sound on my laptop. A handler is somebody that typically controls somebody that has a lot of wealth or somebody that is rich or famous. They control all of this individual's finances, how this individual may dress and whatnot. Just numerous things, but that's what a handler is. A handler can be a husband or a wife, or they could be a family member. You know, it really doesn't matter. It is basically somebody that feels that you are their property and that you must be under their control and whatnot. So this individual was trying to project that energetically to you, that they were your handler and that you are their property and that you are not sovereign or free, that they will be the ones to control you in the end of all this. But whoop-de-doo, that was never going to happen, because you're not going to be controlled by anybody, number one. And two, you definitely, I know me, I'm an Aries moon, I would definitely like to see these people try to control me or impose some type of restriction on me. That ish wouldn't even last an hour. That wouldn't even last 10 minutes. That ish would be shut down right away. You know, get the hell on with it. Get on with it, because the broom in the kitchen, okay? You know, I'm love and light, yes, but I'm also a spiritual badass. You know, these aliens can talk about love and light and peace, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, and they fought horrific wars in different galaxies, destroyed planets in wars with each other, you know, like the Lyrans, the Arcturians, the Pleiadians. Like, let's not act like they didn't, you know, they weren't fighting. Star Wars literally up there, up in the cosmos and ish. Like, they also did their own destruction, and now they want to preach love and light and peace and like be at ease with your enemies. Hell no, F that. These people are crazy. They are out here, you know, you give them an inch, they will take a whole mile. They will take 100 miles, 1,000 miles. Like, you give the enemy an inch out here, they will take 1,000 miles. So absolutely not, hell no. Good that karma finally came in and is dragging this cuckoo crazy karmic back to the pit where they belong from. I don't feel bad, and neither should y'all, truth be told, because what a horrible person. Who does this? Who, you know, and why? Why did they do this to begin with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles? Nobody can even really answer. Like, yes, they wanted to be a handler, but who even gave them that idea to project, you know, to you that they should be your handler, that they're one day going to control you and your finances, your money. You know, I think about like Britney Spears with Sam Asghari, and how, like, you know, they're trying to like you know, keep it all quiet about how he is the A word towards her and how he controls her and whatnot. And this isn't, you know, to crap on men and side with women, because it goes with both. You know, there are woman handlers as well, plenty of woman handlers out here. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. But that's like a perfect example, you know, a perfect example of a handler connection. And so this karmic was trying to like project that one day they were going to control you and run you. Like, the F is this? They need to go elsewhere with that. The devil, I'm telling you, look at this. The devil and the magician. So this is why they went crazy. They were part of a coven. Here we go with this dumb SHIT again. Five of Swords. They were part of a coven. And there's so much that went down. But basically, the Coven told them that this individual had failed. They gave this karmic the notice, look, you failed. Because this karmic was doing so much spell work and black magic foo-foo to make you submissive, to make you like, you know, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, you know, like that type of energy, like the elf on the shelf type energy. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and that's it, and not do anything. Like that's what. But you see, you couldn't be slowed down. You can't be stopped. How can you be stopped? You're a chosen one. You're literally a chosen one. How can you be stopped? How? Like, this karmic is not getting with the program. And you see, these individuals, this coven, this cult of people, they knew, but they promised this karmic fame and fortune if this karmic did this. They were never going to give this to this karmic. And the other thing, confirmation, the reminder, they were never, you see, these Coven people, a lot of them were never going to do spell work on you in particular, because they knew that it would backfire bad. Like, really, really bad on them. They knew you were a chosen one from the moment you came out of the womb. They knew before the moment you were going to be born. Like, they already knew you were coming. They knew this old soul, this powerful spirit was about to walk among the planet. And so it's like, they basically got this karmic to do the dirty work. And are these people, you know, these Coven members, perhaps these older men and whatnot in this cult, this Coven, are they shocked that now this karmic is locked up in a mental hospital and nobody knows when this man or woman is going to be released, because they basically lost their mind? they're not shocked. They knew eventually it was going to be the outcome. They knew more or less that all the dark magic they were going to show this karmic to do on you was going to backfire. It's like a part of them was thinking, well, maybe it will work, maybe, but, they could foresee the future. They knew that more than likely it wasn't going to work. So that's how the cookie crumbles. This karmic is in the mental hospital. The community is trying to keep it quiet. They're all like, shh, like, whoa, whoops, like that wasn't supposed to happen. But you see, karma. That's what I have to say about this. And I don't feel bad. I do not in the slightest feel bad at all. I don't. Because you know what? This individual would go there. They would. Like, if there were no laws out here, no police, no nothing, like, this individual would go there, y'all. They 100% would. Don't think that they wouldn't. They're crazy. They're a sociopath. But you don't have to worry about this anymore because they are locked up and they ain't leaving anytime soon. And good riddance. That's how the cookie crumbles. Karma for what they did to you. And these Coven leaders, they're next on the list. But that is your read, and I wish you love and light.